episode 30 of our Battletech campaign playthrough. This episode we're going to head on to the next story mission, which is the War Council. But before we do that, I remembered I wanted to do a couple of different refits. So we discussed last time about the Marauders. Special Lance Command module gives it the extra headshot ability. Well, one of the things I wanted to do was take the Gauss rifle off of the Highlander, throw the two AC5s in there instead. Where is he? 50 heat sink? Yeah. We'll go ahead and throw in. We got one more ton, and we're basically full up on armor. We'll throw in one of these medium lasers. Alright. Or actually, we'll throw in one more. We'll throw in one more ammo. Throw in two more ammos. Alright. So our firepower is basically the same. Heat efficiency is fine. Movement's down a bit, but that's alright. So that's gonna. Oh, wait. Oh, we still have another ton. What did I add in? Okay. We'll leave the jump jet in then. Oh, these two? Oh. I didn't realize those were 2 tons. Okay. So, throw this medium laser in there. There we go. So now we'll come over here and we'll take that Gauss rifle and we're going to put that in here because of this command module. We want to get as many headshots as we can with the Gauss rifle. So we'll go through our PPC in here on the side, and just for kicks we'll throw in we'll max the armor out. I don't think we need any more. Just keep that even, throw that there. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I don't think we need. Pop that into the arms. We don't need any more weapons on this. This is a headshot machine. Alright.
I'll let you know when that's done.
Much better. So let's go ahead and head on to War Council. We'll go ahead and swap our repair queue around just a touch. Take our Highlander and Marauder back to the top. Should get us all our mechs in working order before we get to the location. Yeah, the primary idea.
Network order is complete.
Power conduit is complete.
Top-notch
Alright.
work, if I may say so.
4 million. We got plenty of stuff we can do. What happens if we we'll do go ahead and do this. I want to get our morale up so we can have more more called shots for that Marauder. Just a bunch of jumping around going on right now. We went kind of far away for that last bit of missions where we actually ended up acquiring the last Marauder part. So getting back to the story missions is taking some time. We could have, if we were trying to go faster, looked ahead as to where that final story mission would be, or not the final one, but the next one would be, and pre-planned to be either on the same planet or next to it, so we wouldn't have to spend as much time traveling.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Moonlighting with the LRM. While pacing through the mech bay on a sleepless night, you stumble across Rook, one of our rookies. He is fiddling with a stock LRM. A jumbled pile of loose metal wire litters the deck on LRM-15. As you approach, Rook looks up, a sheepish grin on his face. Hello, Commander. I was just trying to tune this beauty. Maybe get a little more performance out of her. Could you do me a favor and keep this from the Chief, though? He's already shooed me out of here once this week. We'll let him keep working at it. If he was bookish or technician, we would get some bonuses. I lose an LRM-15, I gain an LRM-15 plus. Oh, nice. Suppose that was in storage for a reason, so we can afford to lose it if things go wrong. Just be careful, these weapons are meant to destroy mechs after all. Later that week, Rook catches you in the hall, glowing with excitement. I did it, Commander. That LRM launcher is purring like a kid now. Well, a kid that wants to kill mechs. I even managed to replicate the performance specs of the long-fire, long-range missile launcher. Long-fire... Okay. It's not giving us any extra information on that. Alright, so we get the 25% crit chance. Let's see if we... Do we have any of our mechs that will be using that? So that's SRM-6s. That's PVC and Gauss rifle. This is using a 10 and a 20. Maybe we can... What's that 10 got? Plus 2 spell damage plus 50% crit. That might just be better than the other one. And then this is all energy weapons. So, we could throw it in our Centurion or this Orion. No. Well, I think we'll just hang on to it for now. Or you know what, we have a few days of travel. Do we want to spend more... Do you want to be firing more missiles out of this? Let's see what that looks like if we do. Alright, so we need to drop 2 tons. We could drop that medium laser back out, drop the small laser, and then drop down our armor just a touch, especially in the back. Bump that back up to 100, or bump that to 280. There we go. Okay. So, plus 2 spell damage. Yeah, that's fine. We're doing more actual damage, and we've got a good set of mechs, so we don't necessarily need to... Do we... You know what? We'll go ahead and do that too. A little more stability damage than accuracy from these AC-5s. We've got good accuracy from our pilots already. Alright.
Right.
I'll like that better. Okay, so we've got 3 more days for that. We've still got 15 more days to get to Weldry. It's gonna be quite a bit of time. This may be a bit of a short episode where we don't actually do a mission, but we actually just do the refitting and whatever the mission campaign, like story dialogue is. Alright, any more refits that we need to do? He's good. We can give him a better medium laser with some critical damage. We don't have any bonus large lasers, which is annoying, but not the end of the world.
Log and note.
Awesome. We could replace this medium laser with a extra crit medium laser. Do we have any... We have this Armod. That takes 3 tons. Do we have any Armods or any of our other mechs? Let's go check. It wouldn't be him. Do you have any Armods? You don't. Do you have any Armods? You also also don't have any armors, but it's bonus machine gun, which we don't have on Bunny, and you don't either. Alright. Okay. Off we go.
I wrapped up that job you
That's
asked for,
great.
Commander.
So we have
Hey boss,
some
we just completed
improved
those upgrades.
engines, so this is actually cutting down on our travel time a bit. I think we need this structure upgrade before we can get that drive system upgrade, but we're just going to go ahead and get the second habitat pod, which will open up some of this other stuff. Alright, financial report.
For you, Commander.
It's good. We'll get generous. 7 more days, we will be at Weldry. Alright, melee in the mech bay. Speaking to Yang in the mech bay when the yelling starts. Across the bay, a pair of your mech warriors face off in front of a battle mech. The other just as Cobalt pulls back to throw a punch at Stomp. We'll put him in the training modules. You raise your voice and both mech warriors turn to you, Cobalt's fist relaxing. If you mech warriors have a dispute, go settle it in the battle pods. Frankly, you both need the practice. The mech warriors grumble and wander off. You hear later from Yang that the sim battle between Cobalt and Stomp drew a huge crowd. Those warriors both treated their sim battle like real war, boss. By the end of it, I think they kind of forgot what they were fighting about. Oh, that's nice. A little experience bonus. We can bump up our mech warrior skills, hopefully, a bit before the next actual mission. Yeah, we'll proceed with our current contract.
And I promise you that our forces are maintaining a firm upper hand against this false restoration, thanks in part to the support of our newfound allies in the Taurian Concordat. Just today, those allies, led by the heroic Commodore Samuel Austin, liberated my own daughter, Victoria, from insurgent captivity.
Well,
And though the fight was hard, our new friends won the day through the strength of their courage and the virtue of their purpose. Soon,
the size of their weapons.
we will end this war. And when we do, we will turn our attention back to the expansion of our industry and the betterment of our people. Long live the Taurian Concordat, and long live the Oregon Directorate!
So, our patron's arch nemesis is out and about. Anna Maria, I summoned you here to discuss long-term strategy, but we have a crisis to address. You've seen mine uncle's broadcast, what Ostergaard did to Lord Corrosus, what his soldiers are still doing to the people of Smithon. I am honor-bound to ride to their defense. Kamea, you've got much bigger things to worry about than Smithon. Don't mince words, your cause is very nearly lost. With only a small fraction of their fleet, the Taurians have you two dramatically outgunned. Given the chance, have you dramatically outgunned? I don't know, I read that word there. The Iberia alone could break your army in two. That's a pretty pitiful army then. Where are they fighting for the Directorate? If Conrad wants to hurt us, he has to find us. Let's just see. Why are they fighting for the Directorate? If you're looking for proof, I can't help you, but I can tell you what I think is behind all this, the Perdition Massacre. I believe that House Davian's attack on the Concordant created an opportunity for Espinosa, and unfortunately for us, I believe that he has taken it. In a manner of speaking, yes, Protector Calderon believes that a Davian invasion of the Taurian Concordant is imminent. In the Directorate, he sees a convenient pawn and a buffer to protect a poorly defended stretch of the Concordant's border. If the Directorate's weapons have been coming from the Taurian Concordant, I imagine that they've had a secret agreement in place for some time. Yeah, that timing makes sense. By arming the Directorate, Calderon would be fortifying his own border against invasion. When Espinosa learned about Castle Nautilus, he must have used it as a bargaining chip to get the Taurians into the war on his side. In a limited intervention, but yes, Calderon would have leaped at the chance to claim an SLDF armory with a major war imminent. The capture of a fully stocked outpost castle could have provided the Taurians with a tremendous advantage. But you destroyed the armory, and killed their soldiers, and apparently destroyed one of their dropships on Anvil. I suspect that your problems with the Taurian Concordant may have only just begun. We don't care about that so much. Fraudon, we know what we're up against. Let's talk about how we're going to win. Not through direct confrontation. If you let Ostergaard bait you into attacking him on Smithon, you will die, as will Lady Arano. This isn't hyperbole, Kamea. You will die if you take the field against him, and your restoration will perish with you. What would you counsel me to do then? Nothing? Would you have me sit on my hands while a Taurian butcher murders the people I've sworn to protect? I mean, is he just murdering civilians? I would advise you to lead your army wisely and to stay out of battles you cannot win. Kamea, listen to me. There is still hope, but you won't find it on the battlefield. The alliance between the Taurians and the Directorate is tenuous, far more so than they would have you believe. Protector Calderon knows what kind of man your uncle is. We could turn allies into enemies if we play our cards right. Why would he join with Espinosa in the first place? Ignatius is teetering on the brink of the war with Federated Sons, Commander Akensa, and for all the Concordant's bravado, it would certainly lose such a conflict. Given the circumstances, isn't really so surprising that he'd accept an offer of friendship. If open war does erupt, he's going to need all the help he can get. As I said, I'm sure that we can turn the situation to our advantage. Even as we speak, my agents are digging for information that will open a rift between our enemies, and I am confident that they will find it. But Kamea, none of this will mean anything if you let Ostergaard goad you into a suicidal charge. So I beg you, ignore him, stay away. She can't do that, Lady Citrella. If you'd been here before we liberated the system, if you'd seen the things we've seen, you'd know better than to ask. I appreciate your advice, Anna Maria, but were I to follow it, the Oregon people would lose faith in me, and they'd be right to do so. I owe it to them to be better than that, and so I will fight, but not in the way that our enemies expect. Tell me what you mean. Ostergaard expects me to deploy my army against his forces on Smithon, to lead them from the front, as I have in our battles with the Directorate. You've convinced me that this is a risk I cannot take, and so, if he expects me to come at him with a hammer, I will use a scalpel instead. I trust that your company is up to the task, Vegas. If the... do I have a choice? I mean, I do have a choice. Yeah. Sure, I'll be listening. There you have it, Anna Maria. That's my answer. I won't take the field myself, and I won't redirect my army. But I'll be damned if I let Ostergaard's troops slaughter my people without a fight. Your mercenaries have been one of your key advantages in this war, Kamea. By doing this, you're putting them at grave risk. Oh, great. But if your heart is set on returning to Smithon, I am powerless to stop you. Instead, I'll wish you good luck and take my leave. I'll be in touch when my agents know more. But please, Kamea, stay safe. I don't know if I can stabilize the Reach without you. I won't let Ostergaard kill me, Anna Maria. I promise. Alright. So we have a contract for Battletech assault on Smithon. Just our 4 of our mechs is oh boy. We should follow up when you think you're ready. So we've got 1 contract. If it'll load to defensive Smithon. 22 days away, so we just traveled for like a month or more. So now we're gonna not travel for another month. Let's do a quick check of the store here on Weldry. Forcer Quick Draw Stalker. Oh, we could get a Stalker. Use it most for money, but that's fine. It's like a 0-ton machine guns. Yes, please.
New weapon systems available.
Alright, comm system. Alright, that's
New
heat
equipment
exchanger. Yes. So we're gonna sell some stuff so we can get all this bonus equipment and the stalker. So what do we need to sell? we could sell. We're not going to use most of these mechs. We're not going to use the commando. We already have a working centurion. These aren't our... Yeah, these are all in our storage ones, okay. Yeah, so we don't need 2 centurions. We'll hold on to the blackjack just because it's our sort of ancestral mech. We can sell a couple of these. We can sell a bunch of these regular AC5s. Sell one of the AC10s. We'll sell 2 of the LRM5s. Sell 2 of the LRM10s. Sell like 14 of these regular medium lasers. Sell 3 of those machine guns. Sell a few of these small lasers. Sell a couple of these SRM6s. Alright. And we've got a bunch of small jump jets we can get rid of as well. Couple of AC5 ammos. Sell a few LRM ammos. Alright, so now we're back up to 3 million. Go back in here. Buy the stalker part.
New equipment available.
So now we have a stalker. We're gonna throw this Wolverine into storage. Alright, so we've got another assault mech. Go ahead and look at refitting it. What does it got? So it's kind of a... How fast is it? It is slow. Alright, so let's just go ahead, take everything off and see what we... Let's throw all the heat sinks down to the legs for now. Well, so we're gonna need some... Let's assume we leave some LRMs on here, but it's not gonna be those LRMs. Throw these. A couple LRM-15s. Max out the armor. Take a bit off the back. That leaves us quite a bit of damage we can work with. What if we just throw in a single PPC on the arm? Our heat efficiency is trash. Okay. So take that out. And we throw these heat sinks back in here. Oh, we could put the heat exchanger in. That takes our heat sink up. That's pretty good. Give us one more heat sink, and we are 68 for 51. That is not bad at all. And we have 2 blocks of ammo. What if we do cut out one of those, make it a 10? These are 10 heat, those are 14 heat. We could, now our heat efficiency is 65. Throw 2 more heat sinks in. And we are at 65 and 57. And our firepower is 190. It's a fairly long range kind of sniper mech. But if we turn it into a sort of like closer range, SRM, leave the SRM-6s in. That's too much heat. Alright, so we'll go back to the whole PPC LRM-15 setup. Alright. But we kind of want to put the jump jets in. These are heavy jump jets. Is this a heavy? It's an assault, but it can take heavy jump jets. Interesting. Interesting. And we'll change that large laser over to a medium laser. Heatsink. More medium laser. And one more heatsink. There we go. So we got a couple close range weapons, a couple longer range weapons. 70 and 200. And now we've got jump jets, we can actually move around a bit. Alright. It's gonna be an interesting, interesting build on the stalker. May not run it, but it's nice to have. What's the 1480? Yeah, it might just have more armor. We may end up replacing some of this. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and throw the comm system into our Marauder here. Alright, the remainder of this mission, or of this episode, is just going to be traveling to Smithon.
Activating force now, Commander.
So when we get there, we can hop into our mission in the next episode. But we'll go ahead and take the time to travel there and update our pilot experience when we do get there.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Come on. Come on.
Those upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
So we've got the new pod. We'll go ahead and do one more. Yeah.
Sure thing. It'll take a
One
bit,
more
but
little
we'll get it
morale upgrade. Won't quite be ready for this one, but alright. Almost to our destination. Fire up the thrusters. We gotta we gotta do one more jump. One more jump. So now we fire up the thrusters and we gotta fly for 3 days in toward the planet. The warning. While in Smithon, you get a message from the commander of another mercenary company passing through. After some formalities, the message gets straight to the point. My boss tells me you have a glitch on your crew. From one commander to another, I need to tell you Glitch is not a good hire. To be blunt, she's a thief and a backstabber, and only common decency had me leave her on a station instead of booting her through the airlock when I finally fired her ass. Be careful with your crew and keep in mind that a mech warrior with a bad reputation can bring down the reputation of your whole outfit. We're going to delete the message. We don't care about all that. Alright. 4 more days. Alright, we're now on Smithon. We are in hostile territory. Not just yet. So we are saving that for next time. And Thank you for watching.